Hi everybody, welcome back to see Elise. Today you're going to see Elise cook. So today I'm going to show you what we ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all keto, and I'm going to show you all of the nutritional facts and macros with everything that I cooked. And I'm going to jump right into it with the food because there's people that clicked this that are already keto, they don't want to hear my story, they just want to see what I ate and see the macros, get some ideas. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I had to eat today right away, and then after I show you the meals, meet me back here and I'll tell you my keto story, how it's worked for me, things I've learned. And so let's jump right into the cooking and then meet me back here and we'll talk about my experience with this diet.
The first thing I do in the morning is a zombie walk to turn on the coffee maker. Then I go into the kitchen and I make myself a 16-ounce glass of lemon water. Once I finish the whole glass of water, then I can have a cup of coffee with half an ounce of heavy whipping cream. We have eggs pretty much every day in this house. My husband likes to have peppers and onions in his eggs, but that's too strong for me in the morning, so I like to do mushrooms and spinach in mine. I'm measuring out half an ounce of peppers, a quarter of an ounce of onions, a half an ounce of mushrooms, which is one mushroom, and half an ounce of frozen spinach for each of us. Next, I shred some cheddar cheese. Pro tip, make sure you get a block of cheese and shred it yourself. If you get the pre-shredded kind, they add starch to it to keep it from clumping, and that can add up to 2 grams of carbs per serving. I measured half an ounce of cheese for each of us. At the stove, I cut up 1 slice of uncured nitrate-free bacon for each of us, and I use scissors for this because I find it much easier than trying to cut raw bacon with a knife. When the bacon is just about done, I like to grab a paper towel and sop up some of the extra bacon grease. That's not a very keto way of life, but it's just a personal preference. Then I can put in the vegetables, and by the time the veggies are done, the bacon is done too, and I can add the eggs. Today we're having 3 eggs each. We cook our eggs low and slow. I add a little cheese when it's halfway done and then quickly add it to the plate. My daughter has been super into these Jimmy Dean's turkey sausage crumbles. She likes that better than bacon in her eggs, so she's gonna have a little of that and 1 egg scrambled with a little cheese. The end result is a breakfast that is 492 calories and 4 grams of carbs. My daughter got fruit and a pancake because she's not keto. For lunch, I make a quick and easy tuna salad lettuce wrap. So I'm chopping 1 green onion and a little bit of celery. I weighed it out and it was less than 0.1 ounce of green onion and half an ounce of celery. This lunch registered in my app to be 0 carbs. I think it's actually like a quarter to a half of a carb, but we're gonna call it 0 today. To give my tuna salad a little kick, I add a tiny bit, 1/8 of a teaspoon of prepared horseradish. I also add a teaspoon of dill relish and 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of mayo, depending on how wet you like your tuna salad. I then add some freshly cracked black pepper, some pink Himalayan sea salt, and a little dill. I weighed my 2 red butter leaf lettuce leaves, and it was about 1/3 of an ounce. So then I split the tuna salad in half of it in each leaf. For dinner, my little helper helped me chop up some zucchini, and we're also going to roast some asparagus in the oven, and we're going to pan-sear some wild Atlantic salmon. On each fillet of salmon, I put about a tablespoon of avocado oil. I only cook with avocado oil and coconut oil. Olive oil I eat raw. Then I squeeze a wedge of lemon on each fillet. For seasoning, I do freshly cracked black pepper, pink Himalayan sea salt, lemon pepper, dried parsley, a little bit of dill, and then some garlic powder and onion powder. I also put salt, pepper, garlic, and onion on the zucchini. For the asparagus, I put a tablespoon of avocado oil and a little bit of pink salt and lemon pepper. Then I give it a toss and make sure it's evenly distributed. I bake these at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes. A tablespoon of refined coconut oil goes into my non-stick pan for my salmon. When it's hot, the salmon goes in skin side down and I cook it for 4 minutes. Half a tablespoon of grass-fed butter goes into the other frying pan, and that's where I toss my zucchini. I like to pan-sear all 4 sides of my salmon, so I flip it onto its side and cook it for 1 minute. Then I flip it again onto the other side and cook that side for 1 minute. Top side gets another 4 minutes with the lid on. At 4 minutes I check it. It was still a little too rare for me, so I put the lid on for 1 more minute. Then the zucchini was done, the salmon was perfect, so everything got plated. When everything was done, I took the asparagus out. I like to take my tongs and pick up a few pieces. When it bends a little bit but isn't super soggy, that's when I know it's just how I like it. I put a few spears of asparagus, some zucchini, and as she requested, a few pieces of cheddar cheese on my daughter's plate. Then I take the most cooked, thinnest pieces of salmon off of our plate and give it to her. The result is a healthy and refreshing dinner of 7 grams of carbs and 690 calories, thanks to all of the delicious oils and healthy fats that we used. At the end of the day, we had eaten 12 grams of carbs, 103 grams of fat, 90 grams of protein, and a total calories of 1,343.
So that's basically what we eat in a day, in a typical weekday. I will mention that lunch I showed you, the tuna lettuce wrap, I actually only ate 1 of those. After that big 500 calorie egg breakfast with heavy whipping cream in my coffee, I didn't really get that hungry for lunch. So I ended up putting it in the fridge right after I made it at noon, and then I ate 1 of them at 1, and my husband ate the other 1. But typically we have a big breakfast, a light lunch, and a medium dinner. After I started logging, weighing, and counting all of the macros for the day, I realized I was very low on carbs for the day. So that was why I added in the second vegetable. I'd rather add more carbs in vegetable form so that I get more vitamins and minerals and micronutrients that I need, rather than, oh, well, I have some carbs to spare, I'm gonna add some potatoes onto this. So normally we would just have the salmon and just zucchini or just asparagus. So I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my keto story. I've been on the keto diet since May of 2018, so it's been just about 9 months, and I am down 23 pounds, and my husband's down 20 and has actually reached his goal. There was one summer where there was a ton of weddings, a ton of baby showers, a ton of parties. I all of a sudden realized I have a wicked muffin top. My pants do not fit. So at the time I was a size 10, all my jeans were size 10. But really, I needed to be in a 12. And I'm like, no, I'm not going up a size. Not happening. I'm not gonna buy new clothes. So that was the day. That was the day I started researching. Everyone was talking about keto, and I'm like, you know what? That's kind of how I like to eat already. So I'm gonna try it for a week and see what happens. So we were strict for the first week, under 20 grams of total carbs in a day. And the first week I lost 7 pounds. And don't get excited, it's not gonna be like that every week. After that, it was about 2 pounds a week for about a month, and then it was a pound a week dropped off. Now, we kind of just do lazy keto, some people call it. I weighed and logged and measured my food for the sake of this video today, but typically in a day, I've been doing this for 9 months, so I have a pretty good eye for how many mushrooms I should put on the plate, how many spears of asparagus, you know. So one thing I want to say about keto, talk to your doctor first, make sure that it's safe for you to try this diet. It's not for everybody. I talked to my doctor before I started, and actually we did a bunch of blood tests. And then 6 months in, I was about 16 or 17 pounds down, and I had my blood tested again. And all of my numbers were either the same or better. So my cholesterol actually went down. My good cholesterol went up a little bit. My kidney and liver function were great. My blood pressure was still normal. My thyroid was better. So things were improving on high fat, low carb for me. I have celiac disease, so I'm pretty naturally low carb. I've been on the gluten-free diet since I was 13, so 20 years. And I feel better than I have since I was in my early 20s. So it's working for me. If you are a person that is super high carb, low fat right now and you want to try keto, I would recommend easing into it and drop a carb every week. Like, so if you have a carb with every meal, I would drop your lunch carb first. And then you can ease into it and work your way down to 30 or 20 grams. Get in a routine, get some favorite recipes at the beginning. Don't try to be too complicated and substitute things. Like, don't make substitute bread. Just eat real food and track your calories and your macros, and you will be successful. So I weighed and logged everything for 2 months. Use the Carb Manager app and get a food scale. Those two go together and it will make everything so much easier. And Carb Manager helps you figure out what macros you should be at, by the way, based on your weight and your gender and your age and your activity level. So I do recommend that app. It is free. I still use it. I used it today to make this video, and it works very well. And you can scan your foods with the barcode, so that makes it really easy. Don't cheat on keto for at least 2 months. You can do a keto cheat, like use Swerve sweetener and make a dessert, or, you know, make some keto waffles made from almond flour, but ideally don't do that for the first couple of months. Your body just needs to figure out how to go back and forth from burning fat for fuel to using carbs for fuel and then back. So it takes a couple of months to adjust to that before you can flip-flop. But now I can go out for tacos and have tortillas and not bloat and feel terrible. And I can go out for sushi once a month or so and feel great. So don't cheat for your first couple of months. Cocktails can cause trouble on keto. I do like cocktails. I gave up wine though. If you have 1 glass of red wine, that's about 125 calories per glass and 4 or 5 carbs. So you have to save up your carbs to allow for a glass of wine at night. I will, however, drink a vodka and club soda. If you have an ounce of vodka and half a can of LaCroix, you know, flavored club soda, and maybe a wedge of lime, that's about 67 calories and 0 carbs. So if you're gonna have a cocktail, be smart about it. Don't overdrink. Here's your warning. You cannot drink as much as you used to if you're a drinker, and your hangover will be worse if you are on keto. So just don't overdo it. And if you're trying to lose weight, empty calories and alcohol is not smart anyway. So drink smart, don't drink hard. That's the other thing. When you're on keto, drink lots of water. Not only is it good for you and it helps you lose weight, but it'll help you avoid the keto flu in the beginning. I didn't experience the keto flu that people talk about, I think because I already didn't eat that many carby things to begin with. You also want to drink water with electrolytes if you can, like Smart Water. I love this diet. I'm still cautiously optimistic, and in 3 months I will be 1 year keto, so I'm gonna get my blood tested again. And if any of my numbers are not so good, I will be switching my diet or cutting back on fats or whatever I need to do. So I will keep you posted on my progress. If you have any requests for recipes or types of foods or have any questions about keto, comment and I will do my best to comment back and help you. But again, I'm not an expert, but I'm happy to share my experiences with you. If you like this video at all, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see more keto cooking videos and just regular everyday cooking videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.